Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Nelo here with a very beautiful face. You guys already know, okay? Hope you guys are doing well. How you guys doing? Let me know how you're doing in the comments. That being said, I just want to share with you guys some of the things that we did or some of the things that we put in this house or basically all the things that we did that makes sense, okay? And a few that we did that doesn't make any sense, absolutely no sense whatsoever. I'm laughing, but I'm crying inside. But anyways, let's start with the things that make sense that we did. I have a few of them written down here. I think I saw this video some months back on Instagram. Someone did it on Instagram. I feel like it went viral or something. I'm like, yeah, that's such a good idea. Because actually some of my friends, when they visited, they were like, oh, this is so nice. I like that I did this. I'm going to do this in my house. I like that I did this. I'm going to copy and do this in my house as well. And also, like when I was bouncing like ideas off people, there are just some things that just really, really make sense. So I'm here to share with you guys because from my past videos this month, I know a lot of you are building your houses. Some of you are living abroad, building in Nigeria. Some of you are building where you live. And I feel like you might be glad to know some of these things, okay? Number one, of course, let's start with the sizes of our rooms and toilets. This is something I just didn't want to compromise on. Like, it was so important to me right from day one. But I wanted to say in case you didn't know, but of course, how will you know? So our house is actually is a little bit short of 2 plots of land. So I think it's on 1.8 or something like that, 1.79 or let's just say 1.8, which is basically almost 2 plots of land. So why it's like that is because of the way the land is. The land is actually not a square. It's kind of like slanted like this. So it's short of like 2 plots, but give or take it is 2 plots of land depending on the shape of the house. So our house is on 2 plots, which is actually a lot. Even 1 plot is a lot. Like a lot of Lagos houses are on half plot, so you can now imagine. And depending on the state, I think plot sizes differ. You see, we're not here to talk about plot sizes, right? But the point of the story is that even though 2 plots is a lot, I also knew I wanted a lot of compound space. So basically space in general is the number one thing on my list, okay? The sizes of rooms, toilets, and just compound space in general. Obviously, because we have 2 plots doesn't mean we want to build everywhere, but we also wanted the house, like the rooms, to be spacious. So we decided to do a penthouse. That gives us a lot more room. So because our own room is on the penthouse, my office is there, blah blah blah. Our room is so massive, like our room is our room is big. Okay, I'll try and be putting clips inside this video, but like our room is quite big. We were only able to achieve that because we decided to do the penthouse instead of taking more compound space. And then our kids' rooms are also so big, like at least for their sizes or for their age, their rooms are quite big. The toilets are spacious, walking like space is that thing you just have to be intentional about. If you feel like you're building on half plot, let the house be long, okay, but let it be spacious. I feel like that's what a lot of people in Lagos do. So the houses are quite long. So you notice that the rooms are more on the narrow side, but long. So it's still like spacious. You just have to know how to use what you get. Do you understand? Or what you have, whatever. But like space was very important. So also, when the architect was drawing the house, the first house or first draft or whatever, it didn't have space. So my husband would literally come and measure it out and be like, okay, this is supposed to be the size of the room. And I'll be like, no, like it's too small. Even him, as he was measuring, he'd be like, no, 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 because we both, like, this was one thing we had in common. We really wanted spacious rooms. Sometimes you don't know the sizes of these rooms from the drawing. So ask somebody to use a tape. If you don't understand the measurement, let them show you, look at it and be like, is this enough for me? That was exactly what we did. And that was how we got everywhere to be very spacious and also still, have a lot of compound space, enough for like a car park, playground, and all that good stuff. Okay. Number two is the fact that in all the kids' room, the sink level is actually low. Okay. I remember when I was telling my husband this, he was like, but they will grow, but they will grow. But I'm like, it's low enough that as an adult, I can use it, but as a kid, they can also use it. And the thing is, like, if they get to say 18 years or whatever, and we want to increase it, it's very easy. You're not changing the piping. You're literally just shifting the vanity back up. Like it's literally not going to take more than 1 day to fix, but I don't even think it's necessary because I use their sink and it's okay for me. So we made it quite low because in the other house I noticed that Adana needed the stepping thing to always like to brush, to do things. She needed that thing to step on top. to even wash her hand or just do basic sink stuff. And I found it quite annoying. So when we were building, I remember mentioning to my husband, like, their sinks should be low, and we agreed on that. And all the kids' room, like the sinks are all low. If the height is perfect for them to wash their hands, brush their teeth, do everything by themselves without assistance. I think this particular one makes me so happy. When one of my friends came to my house, we were like, oh, this makes so much sense. She's going to do it in her house, the house she's building in Canada. And yeah, like, I'm just so glad I thought about these things. I'm sure there's many things I didn't think about, but these few ones I thought about, like, it makes me so glad. Anyways, that's it for number 2. So the third thing that I'm glad that we did is actually putting smart doors, and especially in my room, because it gives me the privacy that I need. Even though now my kids know the code, so yeah, it defeats the purpose. But I've told them I'm changing it, because at first I like that they could not access my room anyhow. It's not the old house that they just open the door anyhow. Like, everybody just nobody knocks, everybody just opens my door any freaking how. I like that that's over. I like that we have smart doors now, especially also at the entrance. So the smart door at the entrance, like, you literally can't access this house. Like, it doesn't even have somewhere to hold for the door to open. Unless you put your fingerprint or a code, the door doesn't open. So there's no hook or anything whatsoever. Apart from the smart doors, like, there are several locks. Somebody would think that we're hiding something. Like, there's so many locks. Like, these doors are freaking strong. Okay, I'm probably going to link the people that did it, or not link their details or whatever, or also mention it in the next vlog or this one. I don't know. But the doors are so freaking strong. The quality of these doors, make sure to give them your design. They will get it. Like, they got the design we sent them perfectly. When they were fixing the doors, I had some issues with them, like the style they wanted to do. But just make sure you tell them exactly what you want. Okay, I feel like if you tell them exactly what you want, they will get it. But durability wise is top notch. Okay, I just wanted to chuck this in there. Okay, the fourth thing that I love that we did is putting a playground for the kids. I just love that they have somewhere to play and chill and swing and slide. And I don't know, it just gladdens my heart, because growing up, I grew up in a big compound. Like, we played outside every day. We had like a big freaking field where we were playing football inside. Like, we had a football field inside the compound. That's how big that house was. And I just like the fact that now my kids get to experience similar things that I did when I was growing up. Like, they have their playground. It's just something that we missed for so long. Like, we've lived in a flat all their life, right? So now they get to enjoy these things. It's really the little things, seriously. Like, it gladdens my heart. We almost didn't get that, because the story is long. One day I'll drag my husband to this channel so that two of us can tell the story together, because my husband wanted to do my kids strong thing. I'm like, Oga, it's not happening. See, my husband is still waiting for them to grow so that he will just knock down that playground and do the actual thing that he wanted to do with that, which is like have a second gate and a bunch of, yeah. Point is, right now they have their playground, and I love it for them. Yes, the next one is having a separate laundry room. In our old house, like, the washer and dryer was inside a toilet. That toilet was always so hot whenever you're drying something. Even if the room AC is on and you open that door, like, the heat is coming in, and it just made it too jam-packed and always looking messy to an extent. I just like now that there's a separate laundry room. I'm sure I'll show you guys a glimpse. It's like I've not done anything to the room. I have this dream to put shelves, ironing like section, and just make this room so beautiful, but we've just seriously not done anything whatsoever. I was just thinking to myself today, like, I need to write down all the things that need to be done in this house so that I'll start doing it slowly. Because me and my husband are quite chilled. Like, we lived in our old house without chandelier, without center table, without dining table for 8 freaking years, right? We lived there. Is it 8 or 9 years? Whatever. We lived there for so long. We just never had these things, and just we didn't mind. We didn't feel it. So I feel like we're falling into the same rabbit hole right now, where we're okay. We've not furnished. We've not done anything. We've still not furnished, you guys. We're not even. I don't even know if we're thinking it. We've literally not done anything. We have beds that we're sleeping on, and it's almost like that's okay for us, and we're just chilling. So I just told myself that I'm going to actually write down things that needs to be done. So I'll take charge of doing it and just be collecting the money. And because if I leave my husband doesn't also mind. Like, when the visitors come, we'll sit somewhere. Somehow we'll find where to sit. So it's just not something that really bothers us. But I feel like, I mean, if you've started something, just finish it, right? I have interior designers that I'm also working with, and I just still don't know what I want. A simple question of how do you want your space? I seriously don't know. So it's also like delaying the process. See, I'll get to all that, but I feel like it's going to be sometime next year that I will truly, truly take my time to decorate this home. And I feel like by then I've lived in it long enough to know the functions I want each area to have or what. Anyways, you guys get what I mean. Yeah, laundry room, very necessary. I love it. All the folding, all the heap of clothes, dirty clothes, clean clothes, everything just happens in that room. It doesn't mess up any other space. Another thing that makes so much sense that I did is like there are lights everywhere. You can say that there's too much lights in this house. Like there are lights everywhere. The lights are so bright because like I'm a content creator. Like now I'm filming with natural light, and it's something that was very important to me. And natural light, like my windows are literally closed. I'm just using the lights in my office. I just needed to make sure that everywhere was so bright, or everywhere is so bright, so that I don't know, whenever I'm filming or doing anything, I just like bright houses. That's another reason why I like white, why I like made the whole house white. Me and my husband, like, is one color that we just never really like argued about. We both wanted a white house, and we made the whole house white. I just like bright spaces. My husband does not particularly like bright spaces, right? He doesn't mind dark rooms. He likes to switch off light and all that. But me, I like bright rooms. The light should be on, the windows should be open, everywhere should just be shining and glowing. And I'm just glad that I put enough light in this house. I remember when I was putting this light, my husband was like, go and bring down the sun and put in the house. And I wasn't telling him that if it's not enough, we're going to put more after we're moving. But so far so good. I feel like the only place I'm not satisfied with the lighting is the kitchen. So I might change the bulbs or the things, the bulbs there on the wall, on the POP, and make it bigger, the bigger ones, so that the lights will become like way brighter. Because when it's evening and I'm trying to film in the kitchen, it's not giving. It doesn't really give, and I need it to give. Okay. And talking about kitchen, another thing I love about this house that makes so much sense is the fact that I made my kitchen very spacious and bright as well. 10 over 10, like, it's my favorite space in this house. I cook a lot. I love cooking. Actually, my kitchen and my office, they're the most used spaces for me in this house. So I like that I was able to achieve that, like literally my dream kitchen. And I don't know, anything I get bored of, anything I don't like, I can easily change that. Another, yeah, talking about changing things, right? I like that in my head, nothing is really permanent. Everything is, to me, temporary. Like, everything can be changed. Like, if there's something I don't like today, best believe I'm changing it. I'm not going to use because it's already been done, we've spent money, and then live with it for years and then be angry for years. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Worst case scenario, I'll use my money and get it done, but that will not happen in Jesus' name. Nah, that will not happen. But yeah, that's worst case scenario. If my husband says, "Oh, we don't have budget for this now," it's either I'll be patient or my impatience, I'll just use my money and do it. But I just like that in my head, nothing is permanent. Okay. Yeah, another thing I love is the fact that we dedicated the upstairs parlor to the kids. It right from day one, we call it the kids parlor. It's not upstairs parlor, it's just the kids parlor. It's a very small parlor, it's their special space. And the parlor also goes hand in hand with their playroom. So the parlor is for watching TV or doing whatever, and then they have a playroom where they actually go to play. I love the fact that they have a playroom just somewhere dedicated to play, so their mess is not everywhere in the house. Like, I think since we moved into this house, I've never really seen a toy on the ground in any room littered. Like, the rooms are always so arranged and always so clean. The only thing that scatters in their room is their bed. Like, right now, dressing their room, like, I don't even think it needs dressing. You just dress the bed and the room is already clean, because they don't have toys and they're not playing in the room. They're not causing messes. They literally just sleep in the room, wake up, go, hang out every other place in the house, then come back in the night and sleep in the room. So I like that they have their own parlor to themselves, and they also have a playroom. We have a parlor section in our room, so we really don't need to use their parlor. And also there's like a main parlor downstairs, even though it's not furnished right now. But yeah, we have that for ourselves, so we don't need to use theirs. Okay, you guys, now let's move over to the things that make absolutely no sense, but my coconut head still did it anyways. And the first one is painting my walls white. You guys, this thing frustrates me. And also having a white kitchen. You like, first week in this house, or first 2 weeks, Uche stained my island. She did lemon and did some stuff and did not clean it, and then they just patches. Because it's white, actually it's not noticeable like in videos and pictures or whatnot, but if you go and tilt your head and look like this, you will see it. It's making me want to change the color, but then again, I'm thinking I'm not really seeing those stains because it's white. Do you get what I mean? I feel like if that happens with a darker tie, then, or whatever, quartz, then it's actually be very obvious. But having a white house is a big problem. I sometimes I just go around this house just wiping the walls, and I keep telling them it's so easy. Once you see the stain, just use like a foam and water. You can add soap, you might not add soap, whatever, depending, and just clean it and it goes up, which is another advantage of white walls, because you can actually clean it and it goes up and just blends easily. But nobody warned me. These children, they will just But everybody's pressing hand on the wall. Well, people want me. Let me not say nobody want me. I was warned. But you know what? I just told myself, worst case scenario, we repaint every year or every 2 years. Like we can repaint every year or every 2 years. I feel like every 2 years makes more sense. Every year is a bit expensive and unnecessary. Maybe every 2 years. In the meantime, we'll try and maintain it as much as we can. But yeah, white walls, it stresses me whenever I see hands, kids playing and their hands are touching the walls. But for the most part, the walls are still very white. So it's not that bad, right? For the most part, I just have to keep ringing the bell, like clean it up, clean it. Don't let it stay for too long. Once there's a stain, clean it. The same thing goes for the kitchen, the island. Once there's an oil stain or whatever, do not let it sleep overnight. Don't let it stay. Clean it. I think the oil stain is even one of the reasons why I wanted to change my like quartz in my kitchen to a different color, because if you cook with oil like red oil and they let it stay overnight, or turmeric or something, it stains permanently. Like it can never truly completely go. Do you get? It's like it sucks it in. That stresses my brain. That's number one thing that doesn't really make sense, even though I'm not changing this one. It doesn't make sense, but I like it, so it's remaining this way. And number two, which is I think the only other thing that doesn't make sense that we did, but this one wasn't really our fault, is I don't like the interlock. I seriously, I think I mentioned it in one of my videos before. I don't like the interlock. Like it gets dirty so quick. It looks like the house looks dirty now to me. Well, not like it looks dirty, but the interlock is already dirty. Do you guys know what I mean? Get what I mean? It has stained, it stains, it changes color. It's such an annoying thing to have. But then again, there's nothing we can do about it right now until after like a year or more, because of the area that we built in was sand filled. So if you sand fill, you have to let it sit for about 2 years before you can do the kind of finishing that I truly want. So right now, some people have already done it in this estate because they sand filled on time. We didn't. We didn't do our own on time. So if you do it, like it's just you need to let the ground dry or something like that before you can really do what you want. So that's the phase we're in right now. I don't like the interlock. It looks dirty. Sometimes it changes color to like black or green, or like you guys know that look. You know the look I'm talking about. I find it so annoying, but it's something that we'll have to deal with for now. So using the interlock is just one of the things that just don't make sense. Considering the fact that we're in 2023 and there are so many nice compound finishing to have. But yeah, hopefully by this time next year, we should have changed it. I was just having a conversation with my husband recently. I'm like, Shebi, we're changing it next year. So let's just all be patient. But as that, I think I've covered it all. I hope. I feel like I'm forgetting some things. I can't remember it now. Like I remembered something while I was in the toilet. I was like, oh yeah, let me go and film this video now. And then I came and sat down and then I forgot that thing. One of the things that truly made sense that I did in this house. And now that I'm thinking about it, I can't remember what it is. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you guys got one or two things or took one or two things out of this video. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye guys.